It's satellites that can be as small as a shoebox that are giving us a view of a conflict zone we've never had before. These are nano-satellites being assembled in Glasgow and soon to join a constellation of more than 100 already in orbit, listening in to signals from ships and aircraft. They spotted the Russian Navy in the Black Sea switch off tracking beacons just before the invasion.
So by shrinking satellites down and miniaturizing the technology so these small satellites are more capable, you can deploy them more cost effectively. But what you can also do is deploy many more of them.
Slightly larger commercial satellites are providing the crisp images of convoys, damaged airfields and bombed buildings. Their cameras are so good they can spot objects just 30 centimeters across, even catching a missile being launched. And with so many satellites in orbit, it's possible to monitor the same area several times a day. The military has had access to that kind of detail for many years, but the Ukraine conflict has launched it into the public domain. Open source intelligence from small satellites is giving us an independent eye on what's going on.
And then once you have training data,
even an aging satellite owned by the European Space Agency can lead to surprising discoveries.
This general purple background is what we would expect to get back from the satellite. These lighter blue splotches are something on the ground, a military radar most likely, causing interference.
It's a training exercise in Belarus just before the invasion, and a scientist has now written radar detection software so anyone can search images from the Sentinel satellite.
In the conflicts that I've lived through, the invasion of Iraq and all of that, the only imagery that came out of it were the images that were being released by the U.S. Department of Defense, and you just kind of had to take their word for it, Now anyone with an internet connection can check for themselves.
But even if governments can no longer control what we see, the images can still be used to shape public perception.
From a propaganda point of view, NATO could use this and turn around and say, this is what the Russians are doing, specifically to prove that the Russians are not telling the truth about this conflict. By being able to use public available images, they can turn around and say, hey, this is what's happening. You can see it for yourself.